Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Wait, no, that's not right. Hello, everybody. I'm Pico, and this is Theory Rant Radio, a name I literally made up in 2 seconds. This is a place where I just put all my thoughts. So yeah, and you probably read the thumbnail and also title of this video. Today I'm going to theorize the game BODYCAM. Now, here's a disclaimer here. I do not work for the people who make BODYCAM. I do not have any insider information about BODYCAM. This is all just like my brain, my theorizing. Also, this video does contain flashing lights, so if you're photosensitive, I would leave now. And this thing looks insane. It's a game with ultra realistic graphics. It's beautiful, and I love it. And I really like this game, but sometimes the gameplay can be a little repetitive, and many players agree with that. But in my opinion, I don't really mind it because, well, I kind of like gameplay loops. And it's genuinely fun. So BODYCAM is obviously an FPS multiplayer shooter with no story or campaign, obviously. But what if one day, how do you say that? Hold on. Okay, so I tried to search it up, but I actually don't know how to say their studio's name, so I'm sorry if I butcher it. But is it Riasad? Riasid? Yeah, I think it's Riasad. Anyways, so BODYCAM is an FPS multiplayer shooter with no story or campaign, but what if one day Riasad Studios made a campaign, a story for this game, if you will? And what would the story be about, and would it really work in the universe and gameplay of BODYCAM? I'm sorry if you guys hear my cat. Are you okay? Do you not like that I'm recording a video right now? You're just walking away from me? Okay. Where were we at? Oh yeah, something, BODYCAM, something, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna figure out today. If BODYCAM could even handle a campaign. I have 3 questions that I'll answer for this video. Will BODYCAM ever get a campaign? What would BODYCAM's campaign look like, and would it be fun? So let's start with the first one and work our way down. Will BODYCAM ever get a campaign? Maybe. Now hold on, let me explain. This game is really fun with real players. BODYCAM has bots in them when a server's not full, and they are really predictable and just kind of not fun to play with. Please, Resad. I still don't know how to say your student name. Just whoever just makes this, makes BODYCAM, please just fix the bots. But it's not just the bots. There's a lot that goes into a campaign. There's the core story elements, like why are we fighting and what happens if we failed. It's all about world building, its characters, the pacing, the gameplay, and that's just the surface. I didn't even go in depth on those last ones because frankly I didn't want to write that much. I'm sure there's like an iceberg out there for video game campaigning. Go look it up. I'm not going to do it. Making a story takes time and money as well, which as an indie studio I'm pretty sure they don't have either. No offense though, they probably do. I'm just be so broke. BODYCAM is a really big game. But also, this game doesn't have that feel to it, you know? It doesn't really have the story feel. It's more, I guess because it's a multiplayer game, it doesn't really have that same Call of Duty, you know, Call of Duty feel to a story campaign. So, that's also probably why. It's a game like TF2, besides it's nothing like TF2, but besides in quote-unquote story modes, you could say, the game's all about the objective and the world building around it, and there's not really a story to it. Like, CF2 has a story, and I'm probably sure BODYCAM has a story. I didn't research this before I made this video, so, you know. But again, I'm not the owners of BODYCAM, so I can't say if there will be a story in the future. And it would be cool to see a story, but there's probably not going to be. But what if BODYCAM did have a campaign? After playing this game, the feeling depends on your surroundings. That's what world building is. No shit, Pico. And this game already has like a realistic like look to it because it's playing from the BODYCAM. So okay, check that down. We have world building. Where you look around, you could see your surroundings. Like if you're in a building or something, and there's a lot of graffiti around it, and it's Russian. So, from the world building, it kind of just feels like we're in Russia, which makes sense. I mean, they are a Russian, like, community. We already got that. It's realism in Russia. Now, for the story, what fits best here? What would this be? Dude, I got it. I got the perfect story for this. Okay, so basically, you're like with the Russian military or something, or like you're like something with the Russian military, all right? And you have to hold off an enemy standpoint at one of the buildings, right? Because this game already has a bunch of maps, and they basically just feel like little parts of a giant story. So just take one of those, and you have to like go defend from these bots of the enemy team, right? And you go around shooting guys, and you do the wait a second, this is just COD. Yeah, so because the gameplay is so similar to COD, I mean, look at their zombies mode. It's literally just COD but realism, like COD zombies but just realism. It's so similar to COD that their story would probably be like Call of Duty's story. But what if it wasn't? Instead of making one whole long giant story, what if you just release it in chapters, like Poppy Playtime? I'm sorry to bring up little jump scare there. What if you make it a co-op as well? You know, like it's a story and it's a co-op. I mean, I know COD did this, but if you release it in chapters, that would be pretty cool. And there could be like drone missions or extraction missions or payload or versus or hard point where you have to like stay on a point. I just realized something. Hold on, this isn't in my script. Hold on. What I just realized is that all of these missions, all of these like quote-unquote story missions that are in other games are already game modes for BODYCAM. Basically, all BODYCAM has to do is write a story, and that is extremely hard. I guess they also need like character development and voice actors and stuff like that. So again, it's probably never gonna come out, but if they do ever make one, dude, I'm right there lined up. I'm ready to play that. So, theoretically speaking, there could be a campaign for BODYCAM. There could be, in the future, an actual campaign for this game. But, let's be realistic. There's probably not. Anyways, video over. Goodbye. This was just a thing to place my rants. It's like a really short video. Goodbye.